Hi everyone, welcome to this video. In this video, I'm gonna show you guys how to solve exercise 13M, question number 4. Okay, so in this video, I'm gonna jump around between Desmos, Microsoft Paint, and my GDC. So just a heads up, I hope you won't get motion sickness. Okay. Anyways, so let's get started. So please pause the video and take a look at what the question is asking us to do. Alright, welcome back. Now, basically what we have here is an ice cream shop, and the owner realized that he sells a minimum of 5 gallons of ice cream on the first day of January. Minimum 5 gallons on the first day of January. Maximum 37 first day of July. Maximum 37 first day of July. Okay? Minimum January, maximum 37 on July. Now, they want us to come up with, for part A, they want us to come up with an equation that can be used to model the ice cream sales. Okay, so if I switch to my paint right now, and I'm gonna draw some stuff. So let's put down my X and Y axis. So this is just a sketch, right? It's only a sketch. So I'm sure you guys can do a better sketch than I can, because I'm doing this with the mouse. So this is January, so let's say 1, right? And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is my July. Okay. And when in January, I'll have a minimum of 5. So I have a point there. In July, I'll have a maximum of 37. Okay, so I have a maximum there. In other words, my graph my graph is gonna look something like this. Go up and then come back down. Let me do that again. I'll try to make this as good as possible. It'll be easier for you guys because you have a pen or pencil. With the mouse is not that easy. So I'll try to do my best. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video and I'll come back. You'll see the graph drawn. Alright, so here I have successfully sketched how the graph might look like. Okay, so some critical points here would be 737 and 15. And as you can see here, I have also extended the graph a little bit on my right hand side and my left hand side. Okay, but because the reason why I do that is because between my minimum to maximum, that is not my period, right? This is only half of it. So if it takes from my minimum to my maximum point, if it takes 6 months to get there, now how long is it going to take for me to get to the next minimum point? The next minimum point is going to be, think about that, because from my minimum to the next minimum, that is my period, right? So if this, from my minimum to my maximum, this is half the period, which is 6, so which means I will have to travel another 6 to get to my next minimum, a total of 12. I hope that makes sense to you guys. So my period is equal to 12. My period is 12, okay? So this question is a bit tricky, where they only give us the January and the July. That will give us half of the period. So from there, we will have to figure out what is the full period, which is 12. Okay, so well, I'm gonna go back to Desmos, because now with this I can figure out what is my my equation. So for me to find my principal axis, it will be, let me change the color. Maybe I should just do everything here. So my principal axis is going to be somewhere there. Right? And this value is going to be 37 plus 5 divided by 2. Right? My amplitude is going to be that value. So this is 37. And I think 37 plus 5 divided by 2 will give us, I believe that will be 21. So if this is 21, then the gap here will be 37 minus 21, which gives us 16. Okay, 16. So my A is equal to 16. My A is 16. The principal axis, which is my D, is equal to 21. And I have my period already, which is 12. But this is not my B, okay? So I'm going to use this to find B later on. I will do that at Desmos, okay? What else do we have? So we have A, we have B. What about my C? What could be my C? So if you think about this, the question wants us to come out with the equation using a cosine. A typical cosine graph have a maximum point when times equals 0, goes down, come back up, hit the maximum again. Right now my maximum point is here. So how many units did we move? So it was supposed to be there, right? It was supposed to be there. But now it is shifted to the right, by 7 units. So my C, let me use a different color. So it is now shifted to the right by 7 units. So my C is equal to -7. Alright? If you need help finding any of these values, please talk to me as soon as possible and I'll help you out. So now I'm going to go back to Desmos. My A is 16, B is, we might as well just finish it here. So my B will be, period is equal to 2 pi over B. Right, so 2 pi over B gives me 12. My B will be, that would be how much? Pi over 6. 2 pi over 12, so it gives us pi over 6. So I'm going to use my A, 16, B, pi over 6, C is -7, D is 21. I'll put that in Desmos, and let's see if we get, what kind of graph do we get. A is 16, cosine. B is pi over 6. X minus my C, so this is plus C, right? But my C is -7. And my D is plus 21. Alright? And the question says I have a minimum when my X is 1, January, and that will be 5. Maximum when my month is July, and that will be 37. So as you can see, the equation that we have, it does pass through those 2 points. So that's a pretty good equation to model the cells for this ice cream shop. Okay. Now, if you check the textbook has this. The textbook, the answer for this question is y is equal to -16 cosine of pi over 6 x minus 1 plus 21. Now, what is the difference? As you can see, the two graphs, they are identical. They are on top of each other, so they are identical. However, the equation looks different. Because of this negative, what this question is doing, and also the C is also different. Because the question, the way that the textbook solved it was using this, instead of using the maximum point, I'm using the maximum point to figure out how much it has shifted to the right. But in the textbook, they use the minimum point and see how much it has shifted to the right. Alright? So, and also, for cosine graph, we already talked about it just now. I should start with the maximum, go down. Right? But right now, the graph that I have, using the textbook way, I have a minimum here. And then it goes up. But this is sort of like a, this is exactly a vertical reflection of the cosine graph, right? A vertical reflection of the cosine graph. That's why we have this negative in the front. But personally, I think it is easier to look at the maximum point, and we just have to work. We don't have to worry about reflections. We just have to worry about how much it has shifted to the left or to the right. Okay. Now, with this, we have the answer to part A. Now, for part B, what they want us to do, let's continue. For part B, they want us to, how many gallons will be expected to sell on the first day of April? So that's when my X is equal to 4, right? April means X equals to 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that in my calculator, and I'm going to replace X with 4. And I should get a value. And that value is, what's my value? Hang on a second. Okay, so I have that expression there, and I replaced X with 4 because it's April. And there you go. So when in April, the guy has, the ice cream shop sells, according to the equation that we came up, it will have an ice cream sale of 21 gallons. Okay. And lastly, during what month can he expect to sell 30 gallons? So this is when we need to find the month. So we don't know when. So I'm going to use my equation. And so they are looking for 30 gallon. All we have to do is to hide this. So 30 gallon will be here. So all I have to do is to create a y is equal to 30. And the first intersection will be here. So that's approximately May and August. Okay? And then that will be next year, right? Because that's 17, that's after 12, so that will be next year. So in May, that the guy would be selling about 30 gallon as well. In about August or maybe September, if you round it up, the ice cream sale would also be 30 gallon. Alright, hope you guys find this video helpful, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.